Good morning. Hey, how y'all doing on today? Okay, just trying to keep pushing through. I had 2 visions today. I had laid down and I can't make out what was going on. Like I'm finna speak it, and then that way, I could just look at the video later, and then maybe something will come to me. So I'm just speaking the dreams. I don't have no interpretation or nothing dealing with this, but basically in the dream. Cause I had to be somewhere today, but before I woke up, I had 2 visions, and with me driving right after I had the dream, it kind of like, oop, my memory. Yeah. So in this dream, it was like I was like kind of like looking up the street, like in the middle of the street, I see like this big like machinery, like this big machinery type of truck, like a bulldozer, like some kind of truck. And this bulldozer was like in the middle of the street. And I saw, so while this big bulldozer is like the first thing I noticed was that it was like this bulldozer or some kind of like construction type truck in the middle of the street, and it was just drilling in the ground. That's the first thing I noticed. It was drilling in the ground. So when I look back at this particular truck, I see that it's a bigger truck, like a utility type truck. And it's like rammed into this truck. And when it rammed into this truck, like it looked like the truck was bagging up. So when I see the truck bagging up, at this point I'm looking around, and it looked like a scene of something that, like, if you was like The Walking Dead, I don't know, something like that. Like that's the scenery of what was going on. It looked like The Walking, like the outside was just saying, like it was just like this, like because after I seen the truck in the middle of the street, and then I seen the other truck, and it looked like it just kind of like rammed into it out of nowhere. And then when I looked, it was like bagging up. It was like some chaotic about it was off. So as I kept looking, it seemed like every single car was flipped over or twisted or turned. Like every single car was in an accident. So I'm looking around, and I'm like trying to figure out how these cars, what caused all these vehicles to just, be like they rammed to trees. They rammed, like it was just like vehicles was just like wrecked and just all over the streets, all over the pole, like anywhere you could find like a car just randomly just ram and run into. That's really what was going on. I just see all these cars, and they just like hit the tree, hit the pole, hit the house, hit the gas station, like anywhere it could possibly go. It was like it was nothing off limits. When I saw the scenery of everything around me. So it was like in the dream, it was kind of dark, and then I'm just looking, I see all these vehicles, all of them, every last one. I don't know what was causing these vehicles to just wreck, but these vehicles were just wrecking. So it caused the people, it caused me and whoever was around to just like get out these vehicles. And for whatever reason, we had to walk. We couldn't be in no vehicle. Like, I don't know what was going on with these vehicles. I'm gonna come back to this, but that's what was going on. It was something with these vehicles, and all of them was just wrecking. They were just wrecking all over the place. So we walking at this point, and we grouped up. Like it's just like a whole lot of people. You could say like everybody from the city of Memphis is just like gathering, and we're walking. We could not ride in our vehicles for some reason. It was some reason why we could not be in our vehicle. It's like the vehicles was like malfunctioning some kind of way. And if you was in any kind of vehicle, it was ramming into everything. Like, I don't know what was triggering this though. So I kept looking like, dog, what's making all the vehicles, just wreck? And I'm just looking, and that's what I'm seeing. So you could just say like the whole city. Like everybody was on foot. We had our kids. I had my kids, and we were just walking like we had to walk. Whatever was going on, we had to walk. And it kind of reminded me of my other dream when I was talking about Texas, and I was like, we had to like go on this journey, and we had to kind of walk, even though, I'm thinking like from that dream, it was like we were walking to a bus stop. But this dream right here, we was walking, but it wasn't just us walking. It was just like groups of people was walking. Yeah, we was like huge masses of people, and we all were just walking. trying to think back. Because the dream, as soon as I woke up, it jumped me somewhere else. So it was like I saw a whole lot of stuff, and then I jumped. I woke up, and then I laid back down, and then when I laid back down, I saw a whole lot of other stuff. So I'm just trying to think back, y'all. But it was like we were just walking the streets. We had to walk. Like we couldn't be in no vehicles. All the vehicles looked like they were just like malfunctioning, like they had like a mind of their own. And it was just like just ram doing whatever it wanted to do. So I was calling 911. I do remember I was trying to reach 911, and that's when I seen the first accident. So at that point, before I even looked to see just the disaster, everything going on, I just seen the two trucks. I was like, let me call 911. So in the dream, I'm reaching out trying to call for help. I was trying to call 911 for help to report what was going on. And I just remember us, and we was walking. We was walking, and we was like in masses of people. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see the little bird. I don't know if y'all caught it, but it was a little bird. The whole time I was talking, the little bird flew right here on my mirror. Yeah, God be giving me signs like Noah. There was a sign, that bird just all of a sudden just sit just on top of my, just then flew right on top of my mirror. And it just reminded me of Noah and trouble and destruction. This right here was destruction that I saw. I saw this destruction firsthand, but I couldn't make sense out of what made it, like what made the vehicles and stuff just like flip and just all the accidents and just lose control. Like why we couldn't be in a vehicle, why we had to walk, but we was like walking in masses, like just random strangers. Everybody was just walking, like we had to walk. And so it was like we were going on a journey. What else was going on? Some more stuff might come back dealing with that. That's all I can remember on that, because I jumped from one dream into a whole nother dream, back to back. So I'm trying to remember back to the first dream, and I don't really remember too much of the first dream. The second dream, so it's like we walking, and then I just happened to just kind of end up at somebody's house. So I'm ending up in this house, and I got my kids with me. Yeah, that's basically in so much what I remember with that right there. I guess it was just dealing with some stuff going on at this person's house. I don't know. I don't even want to speak on that part of everything. I think that was more personal. But I'm just speaking on what I think dealing with this. I'm just speaking on what I saw dealing with this. It was some kind of chaos or something. And then it was like, whatever this was, or whatever the spirit that was on these people, it was like they was good, and then they'll flip and be evil. Like they was evil, like pure evil. Like that what was going on too. So we were trying to get away from this man. Like it was nothing of God in these people. Like it wasn't none of God. It was just like, I'm trying to think of like a zombie movie. I don't watch that now, so I'm trying to think back. And I don't think I can think of it really like The Walking Dead, stuff like that, Dawn of the Dead, like where you just like battling the darkness and people that just like ain't no light in them. That's kind of how it was. It was just like these people was just like possessed. It was like, it wasn't nothing. Like when you say total darkness, that's what you was dealing with these people. Like it was like they had like, you know how the Bible say the devil come as an angel of light, because he once was there, an angel of light. So it was like the people there, it was something significant about that. But the people, it was just like the spirits that was on them. And I can't make no sense out of it. But for me to jump out of that like disaster thing that I went to jump right back into it, and it was like somebody we trying to get away from. Like it was like, it was like pure darkness. I'm talking about what filled the people. You know how I had did a video? I had sent y'all a video of somebody, and he basically was saying that God gonna give people to their sins. That's what it was. It was just like God just gave people to their sins. So if you was a murderer, you was murdering more. So we just trying to leave. Like, we in Memphis, but we were trying to go. Like, it was masses of people trying to leave out the city. Like, it was mass, and we were walking. It wasn't no way we could drive. Like, I don't know what was going on with the technology that was triggering and causing all these like random accidents everywhere. Like, I don't know that. But when the guy was talking about giving people a reprobate mind and just giving them away to their sins, like letting their sins destroy them, that's literally what I was experiencing firsthand from people. Like, whatever sin you was going through, that sin was what controls you. So if you was a murderer, you was murdering way more. Like, you had nothing to stop and tell you and give you the conscience to say this is wrong. Like, you was just randomly just doing this stuff. So that's what was going on too. Yeah. So I don't know what's finna happen. But in the dream, it was like, Sheena, what you spoke is coming to pass. So I don't know if it's dealing with the judgment and the lines or some other stuff that he ain't even showing me that's supposed to happen. But that's what I think. I think the second dream was more personal. I think that dream was more personal. And yeah. And as far as I saw, because in the dream, it's just like, I ain't trying to say too much about it, but it was just like in the dream, it was just like, I was somewhere and it was just like, didn't nobody speak. So since they didn't speak, I ain't speak. That's just how I played. I ain't even feel no kind of way behind it. As a Christian, I know, God working with everybody. We all human, but in the dream, I just feel like, it could have been, I don't know what triggered it or why, or like, I don't even want to get too into it, but it was just like, it was people that they weren't speaking or saying nothing. So I was just like, shoot, I ain't gonna say nothing. And so I just kind of was like in the back room somewhere. And then I just eventually was like, well, shoot, you could feel it was like this friction in the air. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling some kind of friction in the air. But, to each his own. Because, to each his own on that. Because I'm the type of person like, even with management, like if I walk past management, look me dead in my face and don't say nothing, I look them dead in their face and don't say nothing. I reciprocate that same energy. So that's what I do. So sometimes, even if somebody like mean or something, I'll be receptive. But sometimes I just give you the same energy you gave me so you can see how I feel firsthand. I don't let you throw that energy on me and you don't feel it back. So I do that too sometimes. Somebody come at me and I feel like my pet peeve sometimes be the smallest thing. It's something small as speaking to somebody. So I feel like if you see somebody you can't properly say, hey, good morning. I can do you just like you just did me. And we can both keep it moving. And yeah. So sometimes it be like that. Sometimes people need to just see how I feel firsthand. Just how, I'm saying sometimes people need to see firsthand, just sometimes they just need to reciprocate that same kind of energy to just understand the situation or how rude it is. That's rude to me. So that's a pet peeve of mine. Sometimes, I still speak, but sometimes I just have in my mind say, shoot, we both can look at each other and don't say nothing. Like, you ain't got to say nothing to me, I ain't got to say nothing to you. We can keep it moving. But when you sit there and people, be like, good morning, and you just walk like you ain't heard nothing. Oh, yes, that's a pet peeve of mine. So when I bump back into them same people, I look at them, they look at me, they be expecting me to say good morning. I do them just the same way they do me. We be just eyeballing each other and going on about our business. So, yeah, I'm still trying to walk like Christ, y'all. And, I'm a work in process. But, shoot, that's just rude to me. And I'm talking to y'all later on this. I'm just getting this out, speaking this dream. Whatever I spoke, and I think it's dealing with that judgment, is coming. And it's going to affect everybody. Like, I seen everybody in Memphis. Like, and if for some reason, we couldn't drive no vehicles. So I don't know if it's an earthquake that's going to trigger us not to drive by vehicles. I don't know if it's going to be an earthquake, but it was vehicles everywhere. Like, all over the streets everywhere. We had to, the only way to get around was us walking. And everybody was just coming out of their places, just walking, and we was like trying to find a safe place. Like that's how it was in the dream. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later on that. I just dreamed this, and I'm just speaking the dream. I don't know nothing dealing with it. I dreamed it back to back, and if I ain't have to be where I need to be, I probably would have been more clear on what was going on. But after I had a dream, I'm running late. So while I'm running late, I'm just trying to drive to where I'm trying to go, which means everything in my vision, in my head, gonna probably be gone by the time I park, get to where I need to be. And then I'm like, okay, let me see what I dream. So that's what I remember so far. I'm gonna come back to this. And yeah, it was real bad. Like what I seen today, this was, yeah, it was some stuff I ain't never seen before. And I don't know what triggered it. Like, I don't know if it was an earthquake. I don't know what it was, but it was just like, I'm like, an earthquake in Memphis? Like, I'm trying to put it together, y'all. But I don't know what was triggering. It was just like vehicles just flipped around. But you know how earthquake be so random that when, you know, you have that type of reaction. But I just saw the aftermath. Like, I didn't see what caused it. And and I'm just thinking like, an earthquake? Like, what would cause the cars to just be like all over the place? So yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. Enjoy y'all day. Now, in this particular dream, my sister was with me. And I told y'all my sister come in the same form as the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit was with me the whole time in the form of my sister. And, just like, you can go here, you can go there. Just trying to tell me to do stuff. And, I'm a little stubborn too, y'all. I'm stubborn. So, yeah, some stuff you was saying, I was just like, I'm like, shoot, I'm tired of putting my shoe. I don't want to be around no negativity, but sometimes the Holy Spirit, my sister was like, kind of put myself out there, and I'm just like, shoot, I don't want to do nothing negative right now. Like, I'm in a bubble right now, y'all. I'm working on it, but that's all what was going on, and I just get back with y'all on that dream. Yeah, because like I always be like, why I gotta be the villain? Prophetic. You gonna probably tell somebody something they don't want to hear. They've been hearing it anyway. But you gotta be the messenger of whatever going on, and you just like, I'm just a messenger. But a lot of times, a lot of stuff be going on. I just be a lot of times like, dog, why I gotta play the villain to tell these folks, certain stuff. Like that's how I be talking to God. I be like, dog, now I got, my daughter and them like, yeah, mom. But I'm like, shoot, I've been playing this role all my life. I got to play the villain in people's lives. Because I'm finna cover some stuff you don't want to hear. Because it ain't coming from me. So, I just say what I got to say, keep it moving. I'm going to have all that energy. I'm feeling all that energy. I'll just be like, shoot, I got to deliver this message. I'm like, dog, why I got to be the villain? That's how I feel. I'm sure a whole lot of message, I just be like, why I got to be the villain? Because I got to say what I got to say, and I'm just going to keep it moving. I already know the heat coming behind this right here. Like, yeah, just telling people stuff. Yeah, I already know. So I just tell my daughter, I just say what I got to say, keep moving. I don't even put no emotion, nothing into it. I'm just relaying the word, and then I'm gone. And then you do what you want with it at that point. It ain't on my back. I ain't got to go before him, and then he said, I told you to deliver this word, and just because I didn't say what he told me to say, I got to carry that burden on my back. Now, I ain't finna do it. I'm going to say everything he want me to say. So God, what you want me to say? Yeah. So I kind of feel like that too, y'all. So I'm going to talk to y'all later. Yeah, I just got back from whatever I was doing, and I'm trying to like do the video and do this right here, but whatever calamity is coming this way. Now, it was people was in safe places because we was walking to a safe place. We were walking to a safe place, but, because I ain't trying to get too detailed about that other part of the dream. Just a lot of other stuff going on. And it was just me and, my BFF, the Holy Spirit. We going back and forth because they tell me to do something. I'm like, nope, I don't feel like doing it. So me and the Holy Spirit now, we going back and forth at this point. Because I'm like, dog, why I got to be the villain? Why I got to be the one to speak and say something? I don't want to be put in these positions. But I'm always like put in these positions where I got to be the bad guy. Like, honestly, like, I really have to be the bad guy and speak on stuff. But I'm speaking the truth. But I always be put in positions where I'm going to be speaking on stuff. I'm going to say my truth, and you can take it, or you ain't got to take it, but I'm going to speak my truth. And not just, like, proving a point. It's just, like, all the time. Like, even if somebody don't want to say something, I'm the one that end up having to say the stuff. But me, I ain't got no feelings about the situation, so I just say what I gotta say and keep it moving. And then a lot of times I go to God behind the scenes, like, why I had to be the bad guy and say this? Why I gotta be the villain in this situation? I'm just a messenger, y'all. That's it. I'm just a messenger. You know. Yeah. Did I just vent, y'all? I wasn't trying to vent if that's what I was doing. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.